Welcome, everybody, back to the podcast. We're here for episode 76 on a Sunday night. We're changing it up.
Which means, guys, we're midway through the year.
Yeah, and that brings us to our mid-year award show, officially. We didn't wear suits and ties. Maybe in 2025 we'll do some actual legit like that. But this is just a chill, our favorite fights, our favorite moments of this first half of 2024, which is already crazy to think, bro. Like the beginning of the year was Strickland versus Drekus. That was really the first card.
Damn.
So it's been a long year. Like it feels like it went by quick, but at the same time it's like it really didn't. Like I was like a whole different person in January.
This final little part is gonna go by quick though.
I know,
summer
right?
always flies by because where we live, man, it's fucking cold all the time, and now it's been hot for a little bit. I'm like, oh no, it's been hot for too long. We're about to be cold again, and
Yeah,
I'm thinking
bro,
about it, and we're already in.
We got
July,
a good month
man.
left of like the true summer. You know what I mean? And it's
Right.
going quick, especially when you have work and like they book your schedules. Like, do you have like a work schedule that comes?
Yeah.
It's like, all right, 2 weeks is already booked for me. That's the end of July.
Right.
So it's like shit, and those weeks fly by quick at work, man. Like it was like, oh, UFC 300, let's go. It's like, all right, we're in the fourth one now of the 300. So
Yo, if they can get counter at the Sphere with the new other fights that are being announced, with the O'Malley.
And let me just do
Although
some
that
math
would kind of
real
ruin the
quick.
card because then it would be like no Mexicans.
Let me just do some math real quick before we get into the award show. So, I think the first fight we watched was McGregor-Poirier. Well, at least the first fight that I watched, and I've watched every one since then, was McGregor-Poirier. So I want to just do like 304 minus whatever that card. I think it was 257. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Poirier-McGregor 1 or 2, I mean. Yeah, this was the second fight, right? Because it was the second round knockout when he was like cradled
I
up.
think they were both in the second round.
Because UFC 263 maybe was McGregor. No. When did McGregor break his leg?
It was like July.
Was it UFC 2?
It was just 3 years ago today. Yeah.
McGregor versus Poirier 3. That was UFC 264. So UFC 257 was the first card that I watched. So 304 minus 257. I watched 47 UFC pay-per-views.
So
Basically, in a row, basically.
Like that. That's absurd.
Because I remember we watched it right here. And we had like the lights. We were playing
Dude,
UFC.
that's been like
But that's been so long, bro. And do you want? Because I was just thinking, I was like, dude, once we get to like UFC 357, I'll be like, shit, bro. Like time is just.
I've watched over.
By.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
Like when it gets to the point where we've watched
been watching
100
for like
UFC,
4 years.
we've almost watched 50 UFC cards straight. And it's just like when you become a fan, it's like it just becomes part of like your routine. You know what I mean? It's like if there's a fight that weekend, it's like obviously we're going to watch it with the fellas. You know what I mean?
We got a good card coming up.
We're gonna look back on 2024 as it has went down so far, and I think we'll start off with something light. We'll just do so I had men's and women's submission. I honestly can't think of like a women's submission at the moment. I know that there was one like, but I honestly just can't think of it.
Kayla Harrison over Holly Holm.
She submitted Holly Holm?
I think so.
Yeah, let me search that up. That was UFC 300, right? And some of these best moments might just be off of UFC 300 because that was such a banger card. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
May. Yeah, so Kayla Harrison did submit Holly Holm, and I think I have to give it to Kayla Harrison.
Yeah.
So good call on that because obviously that was her debut, and
her debut against a 42-year-old
she went up against
Holly Holm.
a legend. Like, yes, she's old, but that's still a big name to get your first win off of.
Sick.
And especially, like, because we've seen Michael Venom Page, like, obviously he hasn't really done anything crazy coming from a different league.
Exactly.
Kayla Harrison's coming out here. She submitted one of the legends in the women division, so we got to give that to her. But men's submission, I know there has been some crazy shit. You have cards.
I'm going with Islam Makhachev's submission over Dustin Poirier.
That was a good one, bro.
Final round, because right there you have one of the judges had Dustin Poirier 2-2 and go into that round. And one of those judges, if that round went to distance, might have had Dustin Poirier as the champion. Unfortunately, the other two went the other way. But I'm just saying, man, 2-2. Islam fighting for his life in an absolute war. Submits
And the fact that it wasn't just Islam rolling around and then submitting, it was a war.
It was a clean
to end off
takedown.
with
He
the
grabbed his
submission,
ankle
like-
and used the steroids that he popped probably before the fight. Yanked him down.
I'm about to just see what some other ones are just to jog my memory. 2024. Just to see what other people are saying as well. Oh, you had the Brian Ortega sub. That was a good one. That was a good one.
Because he was getting crushed.
Jim Miller choked out somebody. There really hasn't been anything like that Poirier one is definitely one of the best ones. Oh, I think I have it. I just saw it. Kevin Holland on short notice armbar. I think I'm gonna have to go with that.
That was clean.
That was a really first round too. Like, I'll see if there's any other notable ones.
Some people were saying it was early. That was funny.
Yeah, it's like it was honestly kind of late. Like, this dude's arm was almost broke. I think I'm gonna go with that for submission of the year.
Okay.
Then we had Bo Nickel get a sub on 300, but it's like, what did we expect? I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I'm gonna avoid this one. Amanda Nunes has been gone.
Guys,
Like, nobody has been doing action in the women's divisions, bro.
I agree.
And like, I feel like I can't even think of one. There's 50 rankings for best knockouts of the year, and there's not a single women's fight. There's one women's fight, and I have not heard of them. I don't think it's even the UFC. It's at Combat 18. Who is this? Malden. Valeska Machado wins via knockout. So, Zhang Weili, she only fought like once at UFC 300. She got the decision, which kind of sucked. But there's really no, like, I think just in general, there's no face of WMMA right now. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
It was Amanda Nunes, and it's not anymore.
I agree.
And we need a new face of women's MMA. Like, we couldn't see one last night with Rose and Tracy. Like, who's going to be the face? I don't think it's Tracy Cortez.
I don't think it's Kayla Harrison.
I don't think it's Kayla Harrison. I don't think Rose, like, yes, she obviously beat Tracy Cortez. I don't think she's going to have the comeback she thinks. Like, right now, it's just Zhang Weili. And don't get me wrong, her resume is great, but, I mean, she's
and
not as
Valentina
active as...
and Alexa
Yeah.
Grasso were taking forever to fight.
I know, and it's like, what is it just going to... I could easily see that being a decision. You know what I mean? So, women's knockout, we're going to avoid it, I think. And just go right to the men's knockouts.
Men's knockout of the year, guys.
So
Honestly,
there are so many good ones. Oh, we have to pick. I think we just have to pick Holloway Gaethje, but we have to do our honorable mentions because there was some good ones.
So,
bro.
guys, obviously, Max Holloway versus
Just
Justin
that was the
Gaethje
best
right
moment
now.
of the year, I think, as well.
With the pointing to the, if he wouldn't have put it in the ground, it wouldn't be nearly as cool. But he pointed to the ground, said let's bang. Gaethje
yes,
said,
like we said a little
if
bit
Gaethje
earlier.
lands there, the whole game is different. It goes the other way. So
He's fighting Islam
yeah,
at that point.
exactly. So respect
who
to Max
knows?
Holloway for putting himself in danger. Respect to Gaethje for putting
So
himself
I am
in
the danger.
But respect to Holloway for saying, yeah, I am the danger. Put him out cold. Never been finished.
Yeah, that's going to be a good
fun
knockout.
fact, Justin Gaethje has
for a
never
while.
went 25 minutes. But he has went 24:59.
59.
So that's the knockout of the year. But honorable mentions, like you said, I think
Dustin Poirier,
Saint Denis.
I saw that
Josh
one.
Emmett, Bryce Mitchell.
Pereira's fights.
Pereira, all of Pereira's
fights.
both
are
of his
honorable
Yuri
mentions.
and Pereira Hill.
Then they have was the Makachev knockout this year, or was that last winter?
Might have been.
I don't remember when that was, and I don't see it on this list. But they have the Ilya knockout over
That
Volk.
was a sick knockout too.
That was pretty sick. I mean that was. I think that was the worst we've seen Volk. Cause like
He didn't even necessarily look bad until he got caught. Time is
knockout of the
flying.
year, Max Holloway. Some. There was also just so many great fights, like the Topuria fight, the Poirier Saint Denis.
Josh Emmett.
Some other good
all of
ones.
Pereira.
Oh yeah, no, Josh Emmett. That was last December.
No way.
Yeah,
Bryce Mitchell. That's insane.
and then obviously the head kick for
Oh,
Pereira.
yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
there's nothing that could really beat out
Pereira's.
what Holloway did.
I know.
At this point, like that's probably gonna be knockout of the year,
It's
knockout
like
of the
it's
decade.
like of Leon Edwards.
Yeah, it's like the Holloway one, the Leon Edwards. That's gonna be like knockout of the
Solidified.
decade. Like
I think Leon
tied.
Edwards was like early in the year too. Nothing could be.
But I think there were the fact that Leon Edwards was losing, and Usman was as dominant as he was that it just beats out the Holloway fight.
And under a minute.
Yes, it was a buzzer beater,
Under
but
a
it that damn near was a buzzer beater as
It
well.
was, yeah.
Considering it's a 25-minute fight.
Dude, if that was buzzer beater, holy
So like best
shit.
knockouts of recent history, like I think Usman's getting knocked out by Edwards definitely is better than Holloway. Both obviously will get you out of your seat, but I'm just gonna see if there's any other notable ones that will jog back our memory.
I think the Max Holloway fight, you were hyped when it happened, and the Leon Edwards fight, you couldn't believe your eyes.
the Whitaker fight just happened. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was a sick knockout.
So yeah, there were some great knockouts. And I'm honestly hyped to see, like, hopefully we get to see some knockouts, like a Sean O'Malley knocked out Merab. That would be sick.
If he like,
Or if Max Holloway knocks out Ilya, bro. Like,
ooh.
So we got some hopefully more notable moments. But then we'll just go right into fighters of the year. Women's, I'm gonna be honest, like we were just saying, there's not really been a woman that has stood out. And we've given it to Zhang Weili, I think, for the past
4 years.
I think we've only given it to Zhang Weili because she's the only one that's winning and being.
She's not even that
she's
active.
not even that active, but she's a champion and she's winning. And it doesn't even seem like we have all these people. It's like, okay, Macy Barber's coming up, she gets sick.
Dude, she's been fighting for
Tracy
so long.
Cortez is coming up, she loses. It's like there's not a hype train that
Who was
is actually
supposed to
getting
fight?
completed. Molly Meatball. Oh, let's see what.
Who was she supposed to fight?
Who?
Rose.
She was supposed to fight Macy Barber.
Oh yeah.
But she I think she was sick. So I think as much as I'm a Zhang Weili fan, the fact that she got the decision win and Kayla Harrison got the submission, like who else even the women's bantamweight, Raquel Pennington, bro, like did she just get the belt and just like get off the face of the earth?
That was a sleeper.
Like I mean Kayla Harrison is she has to fight again, obviously, but like from what we've seen, it's hard to not say like she's a fighter of the year. She's coming in the UFC, adversity.
She probably is.
You know what I mean?
Halfway through women's fight.
Like I still love Zhang Weili, but it just wasn't as impressive.
Kayla Harrison is fighter of the half, guys.
Fighter of the half of the year. We're giving it. She's getting submission and fighter of the year, man. I mean, and she definitely seems like she has the most potential to become a champion at this point.
Yeah.
Compared to just everybody else, it's like
just manly as fuck, actually strong.
You know what I mean? Like when was the last time we thought like obviously Juliana Pena had that.
She had that fact.
You know, Hail Mary.
And she
basically.
talks shit and stuff, but still doesn't fight.
But it's like, it's really been nobody though. That's like, okay, I could see this girl becoming a champ. Until Kayla Harrison. That's why I think I gotta pick her for this. To be honest.
I agree.
I mean, and comment below if we're missing something super obvious, but I don't think we are. You know, I mean, we watch every card. We see that these women's fights are just. It's like back and forth. You know what I mean? It's like no one is just putting in a streak or anything at this point. So we'll see what happens the rest of the year. Hopefully we could see Harrison fight again or Zhang get a defense knockout.
I agree.
But then in men's fighter of the year, I saw that ESPN had Sean O'Malley. I completely disagree with them.
Yeah, I think it's Alex Pereira.
Yes, he beat Cheeto to a pulp, but that's all he did. You know what I mean? You have people like Pereira knocking out two people. You have, I feel like this has to be someone who's fought twice already. You know what I mean?
They just said him as best fighter is crazy.
Like you have to have fought twice to earn fighter of the year at this point.
I think
like if Makhachev fought twice, I would have easily gave it to him, but he didn't. He fought once. And other people that have, I trying to think.
Holloway, I think.
Holloway, I think he only fought once. And honestly, like there's contenders like Diego Lopez. I think that's most potential of the year. You know what I mean? Like he won at UFC 300 and then he won at 303. So I think we can go like making a run for fighter of the year, but we have to give it to Alex Pereira. He's doing the unthinkable right now.
He's knocking everybody out. He's finishing rematches.
He's taking fights. He's saving cards.
He's knocking people out, but he's dominating the whole fight. It's fucking weird, man. And we get to see him defend against Ankalaev. Obviously, he wants to take a little break, but there's talks of him already fighting on 305. That ain't no break. He's
in a heavyweight.
That's like
in heavyweight.
If
it's
he
like,
fought every 2 cards, I would be happy. But this dude's acting like he's taking a break.
And do you want to know why? Like, if I feel like if Pereira was like almost like a, because we don't like obviously there's funny moments of Khabib, but like we're seeing Alex Pereira actually like be human. You know what I mean? Like he's doing just like normal stuff. He's not like, because you've seen the skit where it's like there's always that one fighter that's just like champion because they don't speak English, but like Pereira, like the shit that gets translated, he has respect for his opponents. Like he's like he would love to train with Izzy one day. He actually did link up with Strickland after that. Like I feel like he just embodies like what a fighter should be. You know what I mean? Like he's humble, but he's always ready for the next challenge. You know what I mean?
I love that post.
That's how you have to be, just in
I
everything.
love the post
bro.
of him getting called out when he was like first got signed. Nobody says anything. No cheers.
Yeah, like he's
now.
just a definition of, keep your mouth shut, work, and then just,
do you think they would put him on the same card with Izzy, and who would main event?
I think Pereira beats out Izzy for star power at this moment.
Unfortunately,
at this moment, he has more star power.
Because Izzy is not a champion, you would have to put Pereira as the main event because you can't put Darkers as the main event. Honestly, that'd be a banger card.
Yeah,
Pereira
305 with,
and then Izzy undercard.
So it would be like Pereira. I don't know if it would be Ankalaev because Aspinall is booked with Blade, so I think you have to do Ankalaev Alex.
Yeah, that's next.
So it'd be Ankalaev Alex, Dricus, Izzy. Then we would have people like Dan Hooker and I don't even know who else, but maybe Volk even. There was some Volk Justin Gaethje talk, was it?
Yeah, that would be a sick fight.
That'd be a sick
Volk
fight.
Poirier, that'd be dope too.
Yeah, Volk Poirier. So we have a great rest of the year coming up, at least we hope. And then fight of the year. So obviously, like the Holloway fight was just a great fight overall. But you have to always also think about like multiple moments throughout the fight that made you go like, yo, you know what I mean? Oh. And also like we could say easily like Sean O'Malley's beat down a Cheeto Berra.
Yeah.
Like maybe that's like could be best performance, but I don't think that's fight of the year. Like you want one where people are fighting back. Fighters are like fighting back, it's back and forth. And I feel like right now I'm trying to think of what a good fight that showed that. It's been a war. Strickland versus Duplessis.
That was a good.
That was a great fight.
That was a fun.
And I think because of the fact that we didn't really know what Dricus was. You know what I mean? Like he obviously knocked out Rob, but like we have said, like that was not Rob.
Yeah.
So that's definitely was a great fight.
And even if that was Rob in there, the win aged very well for Darkers because now he's champion of the world, or aged very well for Rob. Because like if he would have lost, then why not? Or lost like the title fight and just looked like a shitter, then I'd be like, damn, Rob kind of sucks. But now he's champion of the world, so I'm like, Rob still got a shot.
I honestly think that I think I'm actually gonna give it to freaking, what did I just say? Where was it? Oh yeah, Sean Dricus, like fight of the year. The fact that Dricus's face was pretty battered. Sean's face wasn't that bad, but he was still pretty beat up.
I'm gonna just go Max Holloway Gaethje.
Max Holloway Gaethje for fight of the year. Yeah, I mean, and right now it's just like the UFC's being carried by like Pereira when it used to be Izzy, Usman,
and Ngannou out there. Actually, Ngannou
freaking
really fought,
Khabib, Oliveira. It's like times are changing, man. We should just look at the champions right now and just be like, yo, like this is the champion lineup mid-year 2024, just so we could look back at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let me go back. So pound for pound, let's just see the pound for pound. Islam, we'll just see what we think about the top 5. Islam, Pereira, John Jones, Edwards, Topuria. I honestly agree that
I'm cool with Makhachev 1.
Yeah, I'm cool with Makhachev 1. I'm cool with Pereira too.
I'm cool with John Jones 3. The only reason I'm okay with John Jones 3 is because Pereira and Makhachev are very active, and they're getting it done when they step in there.
And I think Jones' pass is the only thing keeping him there.
Obviously, yeah, if John Jones goes out and wins, okay, then put him up there for a week. But as soon as he retires, guys, like obviously we know John Jones is the GOAT. It's actually absurd that he's still fighting. He probably shouldn't even be on this list because he's fighting questionable opponents. But the guys, I'm not even hating on Jones. I'm just saying it's just weird that he's still in here. He's fighting once a year because I agree with Alexander Volkanovski's take on the pound for pound list. He was like, I think there's got to be some activity tied to it, and I agree. Looks like they listened. I like the rankings list, honestly. I feel like O'Malley over Tuforia, though. I don't know why.
Yeah, no, O'Malley at number 6. I honestly don't agree with O'Malley this high up, bro.
Well,
I feel like O'Malley's like
I disagree with
9-8 range, bro. Like Holloway over.
Well, look, how is Tuforia?
I think Holloway over O'Malley.
How is Tuforia
Volk over O'Malley. I'm sorry.
How is Tuforia over?
I don't know, number 5. Number 5 is crazy for Topuria. I think it should go Edwards, and then it should go Max, Volk, then Ilya Sean.
I think Sean over Ilya, just because he's beat more credible opponents.
Yeah, true.
I think.
So I think it should go Edwards, Volk, Holloway, O'Malley, then Topuria. Yeah. I think 6 for O'Malley is just way too high up, to be honest. Yeah. And I guess Dricus Duplessis at 9 is cool. Tom Aspinall at 11, that's like Izzy's at 12. He obviously hasn't fought in 11 months, so I guess that's fair. Aljamain Sterling's still in the top 15, which is crazy, bro. That is crazy to me.
He got lucky.
But here we go. We got flyweight is Pantoja, Sean O'Malley bantamweight, Ilya featherweight, Makhachev is lightweight, welterweight is Leon, middleweight is Dricus, light heavyweight Alex, heavyweight John Jones. So out of these, what do you think is the first person that will lose their belt? It's
John Jones, but only because he'll strip it, so I'm not really going to count those.
Okay. Besides John Jones, who will lose their belt in a fight, you think?
Diarchus first.
Diarchus to Izzy?
To Izzy, sadly.
I think and if he doesn't lose to Izzy, I think Rob might get back. I feel like I could see Rob get back.
That'd be sick.
Nah, but yeah, like realistically, Pantoja, I just don't think flyweights good enough. We need like the next prospect. Like I don't think we know the next flyweight champ. We don't know about them yet.
O'Malley, honestly.
You know what I mean? Bantamweight, it's gonna be tough to beat Merab. That's gonna be his toughest fight.
Dude, if he beats Merab, he might just lap the division. But Merab's like the final test because O'Malley not only has he kind of been because like a lot of the times with stars they rush him in, right? Like Darren Till got rushed to the top, and now he's not even in the UFC anymore. And I like when they take their time with fighters, and that's what they kind of did with O'Malley. And he's still very young.
He got his highlight reel.
I feel like Tuforia, like everyone always knew Sean O'Malley was a star, but Tuforia kind of came out of nowhere and then became a star real quick when he got his title shot.
He kind of had the similar.
Yeah. So I like the come up of how like they let him beat up a few, not even necessarily trash cans. They got to test their ability against people in the same position as them, and it just so happened that both Tuforia and O'Malley were piecing up these cans. And I remember it was a random decision after the draw the no contest with Pedro Munez, where one of the matchmakers came up to Dana White and said, I kind of want to see O'Malley on. And Dana White was like, are you crazy? And then he was like, wait, I kind of like this. Then he goes on and gets that questionable decision. But either way, still a close fight.
So, yeah, I think for O'Malley, if he beats Merab's a tough fight.
Dude,
if he beats Merab, Sandhagen, I think he beats Sandhagen.
If he beats, what's his name? Who did
Umar.
Fight against? Yeah.
I don't know. For some reason, I feel like Umar is a fraud, and I really hope he gets fraud checked. But like, really, the bantamweight, like, other than that, like Henry Cejudo's at 5. I don't see him holding the belt ever again.
Yeah, he's sold.
Ilya Topuria.
He very well could lose to Max.
Yeah,
I
could really see Max knocking him out and just being just more durable. At this point, like I could see Topuria like giving it his all, and Max Holloway just standing there yelling at him or some shit. You know what I mean? Like if they really throw down, I don't think Topuria can throw down with Holloway. I don't think anybody can, realistically.
No, me either.
So, I think Holloway Topuria might be the next change in title. I think we could see Holloway champ.
Do we think Darkers and Topuria lose? That'd be sick, dude. We live in a world where Max Holloway and Izzy are champ again. Oh my gosh.
And then if Volk beats Max, Volk in his
Nah,
ear
that'd be insane. Well, Volk should get the rematch. I don't care. Even though he got knocked
Against
out twice.
Topuria?
I think.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, if
I think he wouldn't
It's
deserve it
tough,
if it was
though.
2 years ago. But with what they do with the UFC now,
because we don't really know what Volk's gonna
well,
do.
because
Like, does he want to fight at
if he goes
featherweight?
on and does what Max Holloway did, puts on a fun lightweight fight, then he'll deserve the title shot to featherweight.
Islam, I really don't see Islam losing to Saryukian, bro.
Me either.
I don't see Islam losing, which is crazy to say, but like I really don't.
I wish it was more.
Like, do you see anybody beating Islam at this
Not right
moment?
now. We're gonna need
Like, I really don't.
the only shot we have is McGregor.
Like
I'm
in
not
the top 15, it's honestly there's not really anybody new besides like this Renato Moicano, and I don't see him becoming champ. Fiziev was a bust. Dariush, he got beat by Oliveira. Chandler's inactive. Gamrot, he's fighting. Is he fighting Hooker? Is that who's fighting Hooker coming up? So it's like, who is the next lightweight? Saryukin sitting at number 1. I just don't think he's all of that. You know what I mean?
It's gonna have to be a.
Like, he got the split decision over Oliveira.
It's
bro.
gonna have to be a.
You know what I mean? His only good win is a split decision over Oliveira. Like, yeah, you beat up Beneil Dariush. Who wouldn't at this point in the top 5? So I think Saryukin's going to get fraud checked by Islam. Leon, we got the Bilal fight. I think that's easy work for Leon. I kind of feel bad for Bilal because, like, yes, he has the streak, so I guess we'll just respect it. But Dricus Izzy, that's going to be a tough one to pick. He could really go either way because we really don't know what Izzy is about at this moment in time.
Contender Izzy, he's coming for heads, not belts.
Yeah. Pereira, I don't see him getting beat. John Jones, I see him beating Stipe.
I see him beating Stipe, but I don't know about Tom Aspinall.
I guess we'll also look at interim, like Aspinall Blades. I really think Aspinall is going to win that. Yeah.
Well, I think Aspinall not only... I'll mention how much motivation he has. This hasn't happened a lot in UFC. I think only one other time. He's defending the interim belt. He could have sat out and said, I don't want to fight. So to get enough motivation to get off your ass when you have a belt that literally says you don't have to fight until it's for the belt. He says, no, I want to be active. I want to keep my skill set high up.
So he's putting it all on the line.
He's putting it all on the line. So, I mean...
That's UFC.
And then you have a guy...
Wait, that's coming up. That's the next card.
Yes,
Let's
bro.
go.
So then you have another guy, Curtis Blades, rematch, who actually is the guy who broke his foot or fucked up his knee. So, it's going to be dope.
So, guys, it's been a great first half of the year. We've just been having fun with it at this point, and we're hyped to see what the future holds.
Yeah.
We just we named off some like future fight cards coming up, and they all seem to be, exciting. I really hope that, Islam fights again in December. And
who's he? Oh, yeah, he's good. Tarsuki.
Because I guess Saryukin's banned. Was it for 9 months?
9 months, but if he takes a bullying prevention class, he gets like 6 months.
So hopefully he does that, and they can maybe do it like the last card of the year or something.
Right.
But we got a great skew of events coming up, and comment down below if you agree, disagree with our, awards.
Yeah.
And we'll see y'all in episode 77, man.
If you guys like the video and stuff, and
drop a like, drop a comment of what you think, and we'll see y'all next episode. Peace.
Let's go.
Animal.